seen how increased awareness about postpartum depression is changing perceptions and promoting a more compassionate society. This is an important step toward destigmatizing this condition and offering mothers the understanding and care they deserve.
I actually recall when I was in SGH, so the PEDS team actually called us up, and it wasn't for the baby, but it was actually for the mother of the infant. And so the baby was actually in NICU for a medical condition, and the father was actually harassing the mother, demanding, so like ICU, PEDS ICU, NICU is a very controlled environment, so people don't just come in and out. So the father was actually harassing the mother, demanding to come in, demanding she come out and see him. And so then the PEDS team actually assessed and thought that the mother might be distressed due to this, and so which is why they referred to the psychiatry team in the hospital. So when we assessed her, we found out that actually throughout her marriage, she had been a victim of domestic violence. She also had a partner or husband who was actually using alcohol, and that contributed to the violence in this instance. And she did not have much support. Her baby was ill, and so she had risk, even though she did, and we also were able to detect that during her previous pregnancy, she also had symptoms of depression, even though they were untreated. So looking at this, these were risk factors for depression, and so we assessed her, we did screening for her, and she did indeed have postpartum depression. Having said that, so we discussed with her about treatment options and about medications. And initially, she was very reluctant to be on medications, because the number one question I think most mothers ask is, will I be able to take care of my baby if I'm on medications? Because you hear a lot about medications, and will the medications make me so sleepy that I cannot wake up, I cannot jaga my baby? So we discussed with her regarding the medications. All medications have side effects, but they have benefits as well. And so we talked it through with her, and then she was more keen to start on medications. But it wasn't just the psychiatry team who was there with her. So, the PEDS team was involved, the security guards of the hospital were involved, the medical social worker was involved, because, this is domestic violence, and placement after that, government trying to get support. So the reason why this stands out is because not all cases are as traumatic as this, but at the end of the day, we don't live individually alone. We live in a community. So I'm a doctor, but even though I'm from psychiatry, it doesn't mean that psychiatrists work alone. We work with different disciplines, so that's why when we receive referrals from PEDS, from ONG, from the Maternal Child Health Clinic, from Clinic Kesehatan Private, we work together to ensure that it's not just the mother, the baby, but it's the whole family whom, if we're able to treat.
Luckily, I'm healthy and I've always been quite sporty, so physically I was fine. Physically, boleh handle like all the waking up, taking care of the newborn. That was not a problem. But the problem was mentally trying to focus, because I dah tak kerja, because I had to put off work. Then I felt like a sense of like uselessness. Macam, who am I? Like, I only know Sarimah on stage. I only know Sarimah as like this happy-go-lucky person. I don't know Sarimah who's at home with a wound, with feeling down, and I didn't know myself. So I akan pakai makeup pasal I tong my hair bila orang datang melawat. The day I gave birth, I tried to look like I'm on stage, so that I could be myself. But benda tu clash, because sebagai ibu dengan anak menangis and breastfeeding and then trying to look like a superstar, it doesn't gel tau. Tu yang jadi macam you would say like a clash of the real self with the mask. And dari situ yang jadi macam confusion, dari confusion tu jadi takut, dari takut tu jadi anxiety, dari anxiety tu jadi sedih. So dia like a big cycle. So the bonding, I mean, thank God I still, alhamdulillah, I could breastfeed. But mentally, it was very difficult, and I felt guilty. Macam, aku ni, like, why am I feeling this way? Like, I shouldn't feel sad. I should be happy. Anugerah ni, I have everything. Why, Sarima? So I'm beating myself up. Stop it. Lagi kita suruh kita stop it, lagi it got worse. So the first 6 months of her life was very difficult for me to mentally let go of fear and be present and just relax. Until I saw my therapist, and my therapist said you need a little bit of medication just to balance your brain a bit. I was like, what? I don't need medication. I'm fine. Like, I'm totally okay. I think, don't give me meds. Nanti akan jadi macam orang gila. So the doctor was like, no, Sarima, you would take painkiller if you're in pain, right? Yes. If you had diabetes, you would take meds, right? Yes. You are going through a period of hormonal change and depression. You need some help, medication-wise. I said, no. For 3 weeks. And then I looked at my daughter and I thought, don't be selfish, Sarima. If taking this meds will help you to be present for your daughter, just take it. It's not about you anymore. And I cried so much, and I took it. And I told my husband, that's it. I'll never be me again. The meds are going to make me somebody weird. But it didn't. It just helped me to go back to being me again. And then I stopped. So my point is, a lot of people are afraid of meds, but it's not meds to change you, it's meds to balance you back to you again. Maybe a better you, actually.
So depression is treatable. However, we have to look at the severity of depression, the risk factors involved, her current condition, other factors. But generally, depression is treatable. There is no difference when you're having postpartum depression. It is a treatable illness. It is a medical condition. However, like all other medical conditions, there is a possibility. You can't say that everybody will get well, but it is treatable. And that's why, we want to encourage everyone to get treatment as early as possible. Because like any other illness, the earlier that you treat it, the better your chances are. If you leave it for long, let's say if you leave it for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and things have gotten worse, then when you think about it, it will be harder to treat. But if you treat it or you nip it in the bud, during pregnancy, right after delivery, when you first attack it, then the chances of recovery, not just symptoms, but the chances of recovery are so much better.
As we conclude this episode, we've embarked on a deeply moving journey, shining a new light on postpartum depression. We've listened to the voices of brave mothers who have shared their personal experiences, and from dedicated medical professionals who have lent their expertise, offering insights and the importance of early intervention and support. For viewers at home, thank you for watching. We look forward to our next journey through the diverse landscapes of human experiences. You're never alone on your mental health journey. Seeking assistance is a sign of strength, not weakness. Reach out to mental health professionals or trusted friends and family members. You don't have to face these challenges alone. Always remember, cultivating a beautiful mind empowers a beautiful you. See you in the next episode.